15 Things to Do If You Get Rich All of a Sudden. Welcome back to Top Notch. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification to know when we post more informative videos. Extremely few people ever come into a hefty sum of money, although it does happen occasionally. The most typical scenario involves receiving a hefty sum of money as a result of a lottery win or other sort of gaming. After 3 to 5 years, about 70% of lottery winners are back to square one financially. This occurs because they are eager to spend the money and have no understanding how to invest and save for the future. Having a strategy in place can determine whether or not its windfall ends up being a boon or bane. Here are a list of things you should do if you get rich all of a sudden. Number 1. Don't tell anyone. After making the discovery, this should be your top priority. Stop talking about that and shut up. You could feel compelled to tell everyone you know about your good fortune, to yell it from the highest towers, to rub it in the faces of your enemies, and to destroy whatever bridges you may have with your sudden windfall of riches. That's the kind of thing the poor do. Now that you're no longer financially strapped, secrecy is your first priority. The day will come when you inform them. Number 2. Pay your debt. This should be the first of many outlays. You absolutely must do this since your mounting debt is ruining your life. As soon as the funds become available, you should immediately stop incurring any further debt and pay it off. You won't worry about money anymore, and you'll have no problem making payments on whatever the new debt you incur. There is no truth to that. Do not incur any new debt and focus on paying off the existing one. Number 3. Don't quit your job just yet. If you receive money and then immediately quit your job, you will run into a financial trouble within a few years. We just don't have the inclination for soulfulness. No matter how unmotivated you are, you must keep your hands busy. You'll be out there wearing away at your good fortune if you don't work. Some of you may feel a surge of pride at the thought of telling your boss to F off. But you'll soon discover that your attitude about work has shifted, because you can now leave if necessary. The power dynamic has altered in your favor. Therefore, continue working on your regular job and living your regular life. Number 4. Secure the money. Put the money aside for your time. Once it hits your bank account and you've taken care of any pressing expenses, you, not the cash, are what has to be processed here. The sudden influx of cash impacts every aspect of your life. But you remain the same ambitious person who wants to accomplish the impossible. Don't. For the first 6 months, it is recommended not to touch the funds. While this may seem like a lot of money, the difference in how your life will be affected by this sum of enormous money. You will deliberate daily on how to best invest the money, and you will notice that your goals and priorities will shift substantially over the course of the next 6 months. As a result, you should avoid making any hasty decisions. Number 5. Invest your money. If you have value, your financial stability, education is prerequisite for keeping the dough. You haven't amassed wealth because you don't understand how to invest it. You should learn. You should become financially literate, meaning you should have a firm grasp of fundamentals of money management before venturing out into the world. To fail to do so is dangerous and opens up being taken advantage of. They say, "A fool and his money are soon parted," is a well-known proverb all around the globe, and with a good reason. Obviously, you don't want to appear a foolish person. You're in a position to afford investing in yourself. Therefore, do so. Do not pretend to be a shrewd investor because you stand to inherit or win a gorgeous sum of money. We suggest you get back to the fundamentals instead. Number 6. Don't switch financial advisors. Having inherited the wealth of wealthy relative, you should consult with the advisor that person used. The sum of money he helped you accumulate is tangible evidence of his abilities. Your money is safe in the hands because they are expert in the field. Get to know the nature of connection of your ancestor had and the assistance they offered. Professional financial advisors often only take a select few customers and rely heavily on word-of-mouth advertising. For good reason, their services don't come cheap. People often make the mistake of giving up their newly acquired fortune to some who will drain it for them. Number 7. Get comfortable, but not too comfortable. If you're planning to move once your mortgage is paid off, I wouldn't recommend relocating to an area filled with the wealthy. The vast majority of athletes make this error. They spend a lot of money on a home, and there will be ongoing expenses like taxes and upkeep. Not only did you sell out a significant sum of money, but you also introduced a new source of recurrent financial strain. Do not make the mistake of giving every member of your family his or her own vehicle. The point is to repair the problems in your life, not to make radical changes to accommodate your ideal way of living. Number 8. Do not lend your friends money. Eventually, word will get out and the secret will be revealed. Everyone knows you've recently come into some money and money you didn't work for, and so they feel they have a right to some of it. It won't be long before everyone is begging you for your money, and if you give it away, you'll never see it again. They all have exciting new ideas for how to use your money. But remember that this is the safety net you've worked so hard to build, and that any holes in it weaken it. That's why the money is a curse as well. It will destroy your relationships. You can flush your relationship down the toilet if you give them money, but they'll only waste it. They'll hold it against you if you don't hand up the cash. At least in the second scenario, sending your kids to college won't break the bank. Number 9. Do not start a business immediately. 9 out of 10 firms do not succeed. Your luck in securing a funding is already an all-time low. It is not fate that will determine ultimate success or failure of your enterprise. Make baby steps. Consult a financial advisor and pass all investment decisions by him. When you're first getting started, it's tempting to get carried away by the promise of future success. Your investment in this marriage will eventually vanish, just like your money. Number 10. Prepare for change. More wealth means more individuals are out to get what's yours. So be careful as your safety becomes more concerned as your net widens. More people will sue you, try to defraud you, or use their emotions to blackmail you into giving them money. Earning money requires significant effort. Having more money might seem to solve a lot of problems, but in reality, it just causes new, more difficult ones to arise. Number 11. Focus on getting healthier. Now you've become financially secure, you should waste no time in living lavishly. At this juncture, you can afford to become a victim of your own poor decisions. First, get a complete physical and then start caring for yourself. Be more mindful of what you put into your body and try to find ways to enhance your health. Number 12. The 5% rule. First and foremost, you need to understand that money you have got just will not last forever unless you are familiar with the 5% rule. To put it plainly, you should invest your funds so that they yield a yearly income. You could theoretically live forever off that return. To succeed, you must approach this problem head-on. Imagine this sum of money as money tree that, with proper care, will continue to produce rewards year after year. By all means, enjoy the fruits of your labor, but don't chop down the tree to use the wood for your fireplace just yet. The 5% rule is based on typical return on investments. By investing wisely in an index fund, tracking the S&P 500 or similar benchmark, you may expect to earn a return of little more than 5% annually once inflation is taken into account. The problem is that once people see the millions, they can't help break the 5% and spend more than they should. Number 3. Protect your kids from the money. The money could completely alter the course not just your life, but also for the life of your children. Trusts are a great tool for accomplishing this. They allow beneficiaries to receive income from the fund without having to touch the principal. That is how the wealthy continue to amass wealth and how fortunes are passed down from generation to generation. Number 14. Do not cheat on your partner. People will gravitate towards you for their own reasons once you have money. To what extent is it costly? Child support, alimony can eat up a significant portion of your income. The family's finances shouldn't strain, but rather strengthen their relationship with one another. Unfortunately, not everyone has maturity to consider how their choices will influence the rest of their lives and thus fall a prey to seemingly harmless, but ultimately disastrous traps. Finally, at number 15, play it safe. If you play it safe, this lucky circumstance can benefit you and your loved ones for generations to come. Don't throw your money into sketchy ventures or try to ride your luck in hopes of seeing a speedy return on your investment. Provide polite responses and avoid unnecessary risk. The best course of action is to act as if this is a crisis and your monetary woes never occurred. Now, just follow the guidelines and you'll be okay. As long as you don't waste the money, it will continue to grow and support you in the future. If you stumbled on our coverage of 15 things to do if you acquire rich suddenly, we hope you found it helpful. If you like this video, kindly press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share with your friends. Thank you so much.